The rhythmic hum of the engine and the steady glow of the dashboard lights lulled me into a false sense of security as I drove through the desolate back roads. It was a moonless night, and the only illumination came from my car's headlights slicing through the thick darkness. Little did I know, this seemingly routine drive would plunge me into a chilling ordeal that defied reason. The first hint of unease crawled up my spine when I noticed a solitary figure standing at the roadside, just beyond the reach of my headlights. Intrigued and slightly uneasy, I slowed down. The figure, a woman in a tattered white gown, emerged from the shadows, her eyes, hollow and void of life, fixated on me. The air in the car grew heavier as she wordlessly extended a skeletal hand, beckoning me to stop. Instinct screamed at me to drive on, but a morbid curiosity compelled me to pull over. The moment the engine died, an unsettling silence enveloped the scene. I rolled down the window, and the woman's voice, a ghostly whisper, murmured, "Help me." My heart quickened, and a sense of foreboding settled in my chest. Before I could respond, the backseat door creaked open. Panic gripped me as a second figure, cloaked in darkness, slipped into the car. The air seemed to thicken, and a bitter cold spread through the vehicle. "Drive," the shadowy figure demanded, a voice like gravel scraping against my sanity. Fear took the wheel as I complied, the eerie duo now my unwelcome passengers. The road ahead twisted like a serpentine path to the unknown, and conversation hung heavy with an unspoken dread. "Where are we going?" I finally mustered the courage to ask. "Home," the woman whispered, her name revealed as Alara, her voice echoing with a sorrow that sent shivers down my spine. As we journeyed deeper into the night, the surroundings transformed into a nightmarish landscape. Trees, skeletal and gnarled, reached out like spectral fingers, and the moon cast elongated shadows that danced on the road. I dared not glance into the rearview mirror, fearing the darkness that might lurk there. The shadowy figure beside me, known as Malaki, broke the silence. "We need your help." My mind raced with questions, but the air was thick with an unspoken terror that stifled my words. Ilara's mournful gaze remained fixed on the road ahead, her presence haunting the periphery of my vision. As the minutes stretched into an eternity, the road led us to an abandoned mansion, a decaying relic of forgotten memories. The atmosphere grew oppressive, and the weight of the unknown pressed down on me. I parked the car, the engine now silent, and the mansion's desolate silhouette stood against the ink-black sky. "We're here," Ilara intoned. The mansion's entrance yawned open, revealing a cavernous darkness that seemed to devour the feeble glow of my headlights. Reluctantly, I followed the duo into the abyss, the creaking doors sealing behind us. The interior held a macabre beauty, shadows dancing on dilapidated walls, adorned with faded wallpaper. The air smelled of dampness and decay, and the only sound was our collective breath echoing through the desolation. As we descended a grand staircase, the shadows seemed to coil around us, whispering forgotten secrets. The mansion pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and my pulse quickened as the weight of the situation settled in. The trio entered a room adorned with arcane symbols and flickering candlelight. In the center, an ancient book lay open, its pages filled with cryptic runes. Malaki gestured towards the book, his voice resonating with urgency. "Read it aloud. Release us." Dread clung to me like a second skin as I hesitantly recited the incantation. The air crackled with an unnatural energy, and the room seemed to warp around us. Ilara's form wavered, and Malaki dissipated into the darkness. A surge of panic gripped me as the room collapsed in on itself. The walls convulsed, and the air crackled with an otherworldly power. Ilara's hollow eyes bore into mine, a silent plea etched on her spectral face. With a final, desperate chant, the mansion released its grip, and reality snapped back into focus. I found myself standing on the abandoned road, the mansion now reduced to a distant memory. The mansion groaned behind, a wounded beast denied its prey. I stumbled back to my car, the engine roaring to life as if in sync with my escaping heartbeat. The weight of the experience clung to me like a ghostly residue, and the echoes of that night haunted my thoughts. The moon emerged from behind the clouds, casting its gentle glow on the quiet road. As I drove away, the events replayed in my mind like a haunting melody. Ilara's plea, Malaki's demand. They lingered in the recesses of my memory, a cryptic riddle with no easy answers. I left that night behind, the road stretching ahead like an uncertain path. the chilling encounter remained etched in my mind, a tale that blurred the line between reality and the supernatural. As the miles unfolded, I couldn't shake the feeling that in that old mansion I had glimpsed a realm beyond our understanding, a place where the living and the spectral coexisted in a dance of shadows and secrets.